There we go. Market just opened up. Let's get my extra lights on right now. My home office just came back from a few doctor's appointments here. There we
Yep.
go.
Change my. Yep. We are off.
There we go. Let's wait the first 3 to 5 minutes here as always, just to see the smoke and dust clear. Yeah, it looks like the inflation report was just a slight bit higher than expected. So perhaps like a little pullback day today, maybe a drop off. Got my scanners up here. Just the RCKT rocket. I wish that was cheaper. It's not too expensive for me, but just when a stock is like $20, $25, and it's up this much, normally it's going to have a huge spread, which it has right now. Yeah. Chuck getting out right now. He took his money at least, getting in and out off a quick pop, I'm sure. Uh, I'll tell you what, getting a small move back up on the SPY right now, actually. So I'd love to be proven wrong. I would love to see a nice green day. Yeah, well, they ended up coming out with the basically they're encouraging the vaccine for fall. So just in terms of what we call out in trade, we're going to trade Pfizer and Moderna. I know they end up getting approved. So pop on CGC. CGC trying to inch up a little bit. Maybe a recovery day for that right now. CHPT. The AXLA. The AXLA is really making a nice pop. Broke resistance at 135. One of my coaching students, Alex, was chatting me early, and I was telling him, I said, "Hey, you had that big iceberg at 133. If it could break over that, and the resistance at 135 we had from earlier." I just said that. Yeah. So, oh man, this AXLA is flying right now, Fausto. Not to cut you off, this thing is really going. Oh man, Mara's already down big. It's already at 990. Yeah. Jump back in on that soon enough. Well, once Bitcoin drops down to 24,000. AXLA pulled back, so be careful on that right now. It needs to hold over 135 at least, but even the shakedown isn't too good. Damn, yeah, that's a bad drop. That's unfortunate. It's got to hold here, which I don't expect it to. Ah, it had such a nice pop and breakout. We don't trade the first 3 to 5 minutes. If anyone took that break over 135, you actually were able to make 15 or so cents beforehand, but we're just getting to the 5 minute threshold right now. Ah, BTU. Oh, that's on a really nice move, actually. Came from like kind of nowhere there. CXAI is also making a nice pop right now. That AXLA is cooked, I think. If it's not getting back over 135, then I think it's going to be a drop. Man, you got the CXAI really making a nice push here. See if that could hold. I was thinking about buying puts on Mara today as a day trade, but it just dropped off too fast in the first 5 minutes. Like, I might take it, but just there's other stocks I'm going to cycle through. The CXAI, even just as a stock trade, just 10,000 share iceberg on the bid at 220. Let's see if we could hold that right now. That AXLA just went right up to 135 and smacked off it there briefly. Uh, no, another little pop on FFIE right now. Just another cheap little stock making a small move. That actually popped yesterday. Forgot about that. Sam says, Josh, I thought you were shorting Mara, wanting it to go below 10. That was like 2.5 weeks ago, my friend. I was doing like 2.5 weeks ago. So I took a swing trade on Mara at like 10.55 as my entry price. That was even after Fausto got in. We were in together. It bounced up nice, and that was more a swing trade, not a day trade, of course. So we got out of that a couple days ago once Mara tanked, and now at this point, if Bitcoin hasn't made the drop I want it to, long story short, I think Mara's going to drop off a bit more. This AXLA is damn teasing, man. It popped right back above 135. Is it going to hold support here? It's the $1,000 question, or maybe several $100 question. I I mean, man, Fausto, this stock AXLA went from 40 cents up to 150. It's like CGC. You know what I mean? I made such a yeah. What's the float? 55 million share float. Not terribly thin. Has a big freaking spike though. That is a huge upwick on the intraday chart. I have like a 5 or 10 minute chart showing it. So I guess if anything, I'm happy I scheduled some doctor's appointments today. I got a double header today, Fausto. I had an 8 o'clock, and then I got a 4 o'clock later today. Well, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock is a dentist, so that's going to be a nice little cleaning there. Yeah. I'm already going through. I got a filling, right? So after like 10, 11, 12, or however many years, it decays a bit or like weakens. So when you like drink cold water, it like shocks you. It's like, what the hell? I had that on Sunday. I'm like, okay, all right, something's up here. I'll tell you what, when we're talking dentist talk here during prime time hours, it's kind of slow out there in the stock market right now. Oh man. The CXAI again, it's now actually there's a huge, you see it just on level 3. 40. There we go. He did. Yeah, head on with that, Rich. Right. Yeah, that was a good call. So that popped up shortly after it pulled back under that price. I'm checking to see if Mara's going to drop off now, holding a resistance at $10. It's 9:41 in the morning, so honestly, with the way the market popped at first, it's been making higher lows since. So unless if I'm giving it the kiss of death live right now and it tanks coming up, be a little mindful for another breakout soon then. I If we're expecting that reversal time, 10:15, 10:30, and I mean, honestly, the markets haven't gone anywhere after that initial little pop there. Yeah, that AXLA, look at that, getting the job done right now. Really good push. So at 133, 135, ended up actually holding. Let's see if the well, I mean, this is a very liquid stock, so there are going to be like some like 10, 20,000s out there, but man, there isn't a whole lot like that looks that bit. Yeah, like, there's some out there, but nothing that stands out. You got one on the bid now too. New iceberg just showed up at 177 for this trade, about 63,000. I think this could be a good time to at least shave some off if you're in from that 133, 135, and then, keep a little left. But it's been a nice trade so far. That too. But again, the thought I had earlier, it's like, damn, this stock moved up so much the last week or so. I mean, play it level by level. Hey, don't be where if you're in from that 133, 135 area, it's a big move right now for a dollar stock like this. So, yep. Yeah. It was a good time to at least take some profits there. Start the morning off with a little bit. You can't guarantee support to build again on the AXLA. So if it does, good. Watch the VWAP price probably, but another shake under that, I'd move on. Oh, it is a nice drop. Yeah. The second you said trivia time, I knew exactly where you were going with that. Uh, Mara's like a level one short. It is slow, but getting the job done from $10. It's like CGC. 220 level back again. Good. Yeah, 16,000 share iceberg now on the ask for that trade. If it could build back over 221, then there's a shot, but that doesn't look as good now. Man, it really is a nickels and dimes type of morning. I mean, that AXLA was the best one. That could have gained you more than some nickels and dimes, but outside of that, not a lot is sticking as cleanly. Market pulling back a little bit more right now. Nothing too major, but just showing direction of lower highs. I got to recalibrate my levels for Mara right now because it's my first trade on it in a little while. Like as far as like a day trade, 977-ish could be pretty strong, which it got down towards just a moment ago. So we'll see if it can keep dropping. Mara market's trying to make a small little wiggle back up right now. I'm just watching a 1 minute graph, looking at Bookmap, but it's just been in this channel the whole morning. SPY. AXLA is like hovering over the VWAP price, but it looks like it's gonna. It, it's, if it's holding here, that's the key phrase, everyone. If it's holding here, so have your stop set. If it doesn't hold here, that's all. It oh, this is such a 50-50. And if I was gonna say if it worked out well, that would have been so sweet if it popped up higher. It just pulled back a bit. Yeah, yeah. And that you could buy puts on too. For as cheap as it is, you could actually buy puts on it. Let me check. Uh, puts on it for yeah, like the $1.50 puts are going for like 36 cents, 35 cents. I mean, not really that big of a difference as far as trading the stock for. I mean, yes, there is, but I'm not trying to go crazy on position size and shares or contracts. No one here should be, and that's how you end up blowing yourself up just on one trade. Nice little pop right now, Fausto. You see this on IMGN? Looks like a Fausto flag, honestly, and just nice little pop here. Not a bad spread right now, at least. And we've traded this one before, and we've probably traded it back in April or May time, but maybe they had a reverse stock split as well. I don't recall. Just gonna call out AI, just side list, kind of secondary protocol right now, but we got an iceberg finally on that trade on the bid at 27.50. I mean, we'll see if it ends up hitting it or whatnot. I mean, it's only 9:51 in the morning too, so there could be more action on the way down there for AI. Probably not to the upside. Oh, geez. Yeah, that thing got clobbered. What? Oh, so that got halted on my Mara put trade right on my Mara puts right now. There's a new iceberg at $10 as resistance for Mara. All right, so we got to wait 5 or so minutes for this to reopen up again. We'll move around to another trade. Rich, you know what stock not to turn to right now, so don't jinx me. Anything but Mara. Let's get Mara to drop back down again. You see, it's nice to be out of the swing trade, Fausto. It's like, all right, if we're not going to get our move going up, all right, let's keep watching it drop. Dude, if we get 870, I would be honestly pretty damn happy because I I was gunning for 950 if our level didn't hold. So 870 sounds a lot better than 950 even. Take it. Let's see. Yeah, Mara's dropping right now. I'm trying to check Bitcoin right now, see where we're at there. Oh wow, pot ETF MSOS just tanked. And that CGC trade may just drop all the way down to one. Clean drop down to $1. Yeah, that AXLA is cooked. Unfortunately, that as soon as it broke that level, that was it. Game over. The CXAI trade just died off. Here's a good short right now. Just hey, with the market dropping off, I was calling out Marish. Rich. Let me talk, Rich. Let me talk. I'm kidding. I'm teasing him. Teasing him there. He had it. Unity at the low of the day. It's down like 5+%. Beautiful drop off. I got to be quicker there, I guess. Oh, whoops, wrong letter there. One of my least favorite stocks, but my favorite airline. Delta, low of the day. I say least favorite stock because you would figure, and I didn't just do this, Fausto, but it's to say when a company reports very good earnings and they raise their guidance even on top, you would like to think the stock would make some sort of move up, right? Well, if you go back to like July time, basically where it hit its peak is the day that Delta reported that, and I had a good entry on it, but it just stopped me out. It was a small loss. Like I don't care about the loss, but it's to say, well, that really fooled me. I was expecting a big move and just well, it made a big move just the other way. So forever now, I'll say Delta. Not really a fan of the stock, but I love the airline. Oh, oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Getting a nice move back up on the SPY right now, like, just interesting to see what's happening here. Trend going up into 10 o'clock. I wonder if we're gonna get a nice breakout soon. Um, I was gonna say with the cancellations and whatnot, I hope I don't get canceled for my trip back for the onsite. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But either way, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that's tough to begin with, though. I wouldn't know what to do. Honestly, my patience would have been crumbled. SPY's trying to inch up a little bit right now, but I'm not a full believer just yet. I gotta feel we're gonna get another pullback. It might just be like a choppy day altogether. As teasing as this could be on the SPY, it looks like it's breaking a nice little trend line off the highs. Looks like it could go, but what else we got here? What else we got here? How's that U trade that Rich called out? It's still kind of near the low of the day, and I'm just seeing right now on the daily chart. It's just like from last week or whatnot, like a little bit of a level right around 36.50. SPY's beginning to make a bit of a rounded top, so that's where I said I wasn't a full believer of that little move. There's still plenty of time, but eh. Now that doesn't mean we can't find stocks going against the grain. There could always be a few stocks and expensive movers that make their own runs. I mean, not as inex. Wait, Is it Carpenter Tech? Yeah, really from midway last year even, it's been bouncing. That was a thinly traded stock yesterday. That's not really looking that great right now as far as the chart, Chuck. A little spotty there looking at the points of inactivity on the chart. I hope it pops. Always hope. Can't rely only on hope, though. You know what's that? Hey, Pfizer. Pfizer is at the high of the day right now, moving with the Moderna a slight bit. I know last week they approved Pfizer and Moderna. That's why NVAX dropped off earlier this week. Yeah, definitely. I mean, as much as we as much as we say all it takes is one as far as making money, all it takes is one to ruin it. So, we Fausto, I know that you say this, and I say the same thing. We say this more to anyone that's new or joining us on our social streams right now. We're not here to gamble. We're not here to throw darts against the wall, hoping they're landing. And we're here to make educated decisions based on strategies and patterns that we've seen over years. Well, if you don't set your stop, then that goes all to waste basically. So you might have the best strategy ever, but if you don't set your stop or use that 30-second rule or whatever, just game. That's it. That was a perfect rounded top there. It was a head fake. Once it was moving up, I was like, I'm not really sniffing that to be a good move. Beautiful top, and I think Mara's going to drop off again here coming up. You said what was it? 850? Back from April into June, I see that. Yeah, that bottom right around like 860ish, 870. And you know what? And you know what though? This is good because it's like you often say, hey, just trade one share just to get the practice in, right? Well, hey, at 10 o'clock, I'm here to make more than just a buck or two, right? So if you've already made your money and if you're looking to just have a little fun, that could be a good one if you do it on a couple shares. But there's a lot of ball left to play. We got some big ball left to play. It, they had earnings a week or two ago, I think. I don't remember. Like we called it out, maybe. Yeah, that gap down. I see that thing's bang. Whew. Yeah. Wow. That that is at officially Oh, no? No, 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 sorry, not officially. You have to go back to pandemic time, back from March of 20. It hit an all-time low of $20.62. Yeah, it's 2062. My AI broke right under support at 2750. It was 10:05 in the morning when it tested it, so it's like, if you're kind of focused around reversal time to be in about 20 or so minutes, that's a ways away. So, wouldn't shock me if it drops all the way down at 27 next, the AI trade. Yeah, the market's dropping steady right now. SPY is at 4. See, this is where, though, a day trade could turn into a swing for my Riot puts, uh, or for Mara puts, I'm sorry. You got Riot in my head now. For Mara puts, we got a long way until 4 o'clock to begin with, so heck, I can get out on this trade in 10 minutes if I see this beginning to go the other way. But if you have a good entry and the stock keeps going in your direction, over time, like Fausto, I know you teach this in the advanced class, like scale out like 80% of your position, whatever it is, right? You know, mhm. Yeah, the afternoon sessions are great. I love the afternoon sessions because holding into the close, if there's a stock that is running higher into the afternoon, like it's nothing's more exciting really. I'm just being with everyone there, kind of, you leading the charge, just shouting everyone on, like, come on, run, 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 run. So the SPY is already at the next support line here, and I think that we're gonna break under it soon. Might take a few minutes, but let's see what else we got here from Benzinga. Scanning right now. Yeah, that AXLA is done. It's not going anywhere. Well, yesterday it was. I think I put that on the afternoon list. I ran it. It was at the high of the day. I was like, well, up is doing its namesake right now. The FFIE is moving back up pretty nice. Got little thin tiers on the market depth window on level 2. Jith saying AXLA has a thick order book. Why is it still not moving? Because it ended up making its move from earlier today. It looks like just the momentum from the original run up died off. And now at this point, you probably have people that are probably going to load up on shorts to see it drop off more over time. And that's very classic for like these small cap, low float, low volume pop and drop stocks. So after they pull back, we have no business with them anymore. The SPY is breaking lower right now, so I think that we're going to get more of a drop off here over time just across the board. Yeah, Tesla dropped off pretty nicely at the open. Ooh, that could have been. As long as you're in something making you money, that's what matters most. But that could have been a good short as well, Tesla. The only issue with Mara right now that I have with it is that it's gonna be a slow trade now, unless if Bitcoin makes its own drop off all of a sudden. So I'm very content with this move. It's just don't be looking for that 50-cent slam right now. I think it's made the majority of the drop off now at this point. What other did we have? It's funny. I'm happy you brought that up. I was on a coaching call yesterday with one of our students, and hey, it moved up a lot already at the time. So we both agreed. We knew right away. It's like, probably not the best idea to buy it at 11 o'clock. It's just to say, like, if the stock has such an ugly looking heat map there, and you can't read a single level off of it, you don't really know anything looking at it. If it goes up without me, it goes up without me. That's something I don't beat myself up over too much. And for those that jump in and take the trade and it pops for them, I'm happy for them, right? How can you not be? But, you know, 5 was a big level in the afternoon. So once it popped that in the afternoon, I was like, oh, here we go. This definitely seems good now. And made a nice little move. Chuck in and out. Chuck got like $1.25 on this RCKT trade Fausto, and I think it says like third or second trade of the day on it. In fact, he's been doing pretty well on it. Speaking of heat maps, I saw the heat map. Where it shows Apple, Microsoft, like all the major stocks in that grid. So it was back from the pandemic of like March of 2020, showing like the day where everything was red, and it was pretty crazy. Just look back on that day, like holy crap! Like Amazon down 13%, and like everything was getting like across the whole board. Pretty nuts. Yeah, that U trade just broke lower, broke below 36. Mara is dropping off nice and steady right now. A little 5-cent pullback more. I'll take it, but figure it's going to be a slow trade. Oh, what was that one? Nah. There was a stock. I didn't call it out, and I'm not going to call it out because it just dropped off more, but it was looking good for a moment. We're trying, folks. Fausto and I are digging through. We're trying to find some good movers out there on top. Yeah, Rich, if you want to just post the book map for FFIE, I was going to do that myself. I just didn't realize I wasn't logged in from the side. I think that we drop off more on the SPY here coming up too. Broke below yesterday's low pretty quickly. Yep, there goes CGC. It looks like it wants to get to that dollar level. Hey, you know what? We are getting close to 10:30, the time. Yeah, like, we are getting close to 10:30, so you know what, and that could keep dropping. CGC, you're not saying it's guaranteed bounce, but leads me to say, all right, well, there's a shot. That FFIE is starting to go a little bit higher now. It looks like it's getting close to the high of the day. Man, that FFIE is a long ways to go to get back up even towards like $12 where it broke down from last month. I'm definitely going to be hawking CGC for a bounce coming up, or later on, I should say, not coming up, because that implies from here, I think we're going to get that drop down to 103, like you said, or even just straight $1. And that's a real slow one, though. And the pot stocks have been actually, I'll tell you what, man, I don't know what's going on with Kronos today, Fausto. Look at that. That's a hell of a call from Don. Yeah, it's a hell of a call from Don. A 5+%, where everything else is like dead in the water. That actually has been so. Yeah, I feel like it's funny. I feel like an episode of Seinfeld where, for every girl that Jerry dates, there's always something wrong, right? There's always something. This looks so good. The one thing that I think that could be wrong is that it just has so much damn volume on the offer, on the ask of level 3. Hey, if it breaks through all of that, ooh, that would be sweet. But that's a tough feat to ask for. It's 60,000 right there. You got another 31 at 240, 10,000 share orders every penny there. Don, I'm Don, I'm rooting this on. I hope it goes. I really hope this pops. It's like as level 1 as it gets. It's like, safe, low risk trade. I know. He just says, look at the size of the asks and the bids. That's the only thing, right? Where like it's not as often that we say a stock is too liquid, where it's too filled in, but oh, the level 4 also for it. I didn't even see that. Well, I'm okay. How about a little hypothesis here, a little theory? By the time CGC hits $1 and bounces, perhaps that like when the pot stocks bounce, if they do, perhaps that gives Kron or Kronos here the boost it needs to go. That's we can only wish for it, right? I mean, look at CGC; it's dropping down pretty cleanly down to 105 now. Mm, I'm looking forward to a test of 1 here coming up. I have a level below $1. If it drops off even more, I'm not catching falling knives, but in the event where this just smashes below 1 right now suddenly, maybe like 90 cents could be that bottom, but would you say Fausto 103? AI made a good bounce from 27.50. And by good, I mean it moved up like 25 cents. Nothing crazy, but steady little trend up off it now. That so that's a very good question. I don't know. I can't give an answer that's useful. um, yeah, no, no, I remember that. Yeah, no, I remember that. That was a funny one. You had a couple of those things that happen every now and then. CGC tiny bounce so far. Yeah, that's a hell of a slingshot right now, right there. There were trades out there, but you're right. You're right. I mean, nickels and dimes for the most part. It looks like FFIE is at the high of the day right now. That's trying to make a pop right now, it looks like. So there could, yeah, SPY just kind of went right up to its open price and smacked right off of it as resistance. So until it could flip that back into support, I think that we might get another shake back down here soon. Definitely, I think it definitely had one. Maybe that's the news on it even. Um, on August 22nd, they did a 1 for 80 reverse stock split. I don't know how they get the number 80. What constitutes 80 versus 50 versus 100? Got it. Okay. So, yeah, so just gonna be about that time, Fausto. I'll be back on the mic though at 2:30, 2:30 p.m. Eastern for all of our students inside our live trading room and all of us back on social. Be right back there as well. Don't force anything out there. Yeah, don't force anything out there. There will be trades. Fausto, myself, Rich will call them out. And hey, you as well. If you see something really juicy and worth it, but don't force it. That's how you lose your money. So.